Someone further up was asking if we met online.
We did, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
not really, but kind of.
Can you explain the context?
I can. In the beginning of my channel, basically a few months afterwards, started picking up traction, and Dom wrote to me because I announced with horrible English that I would start a Discord channel. And by horrible English, I mean the same that I'm speaking now. And he was just nice enough to be like, dude, if you need help and everything, I would like to, to maybe contribute. I like what you're doing and everything. Just a nice message. And he was nice at that moment because prior to that, he was ghosting me. But that's another story.
Important context.
Important part. I wrote to him way before my channel, like a year before my channel, because I saw him doing an interview with Angel Maker, and I loved Angel Maker way freaking back. Like I was since I think Godless, is it the song? Mm-hmm, not Godless. Sure. Is that it?
Yeah.
So, and I saw an interview, and there was not a lot of interview in it, and I recognized you because I knew depths and everything. So I'm like, dude, I love the interview, love what you're doing. No response.
I know, I saw it too. Left him on red.
Yeah, so just hated me. And then
ADHD guys, just to be clear, ADHD.
Kind of won his respect with my channel, and then he replied, "No, but and then he's just like, if you need help." But then we up on a call. I don't think you guys are going to be surprised by that, but I don't remember. It was probably like an 8-hour calls or something.
Yeah, we did a 7-8 hour call. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so. And then it was kind of instant. I think it didn't take 7 hours. It took me like I don't know, like maybe we were talking for like half an hour, and I'm like, should we do something instead? Like, I mean, like, you love all the same things, we have the same passion. It wouldn't make sense to me. And the funny part is I had no clue what to do with it, but I was like, I would love to start streaming. You seem to enjoy that. And we didn't even know at all that it would be an actual podcast. It was just like, let's work together type thing.
It didn't start that way either.
It didn't. And it didn't with a freestyle streaming, barely any concept, just us being here and talking with people. And some of you guys know that because you were there. And the most probably important conversation we had was just like, we should make it an actual thing, and we should focus to, do something that's more concise and more structured, that makes sense to invite people, because we started inviting guests kind of in our streaming. Like, we would be streaming like that, and like, oh, at 10 o'clock there's this person coming, and just like just freestyling like that, right? So, and I think we did a few guests like that. It wasn't only one guest. Like we did 2-3
guests, but I think so. I think the main thing is like
in one. I just want to precise that we did 2 during the same stream. So
yeah. But I think the main thing, the shift towards the podcast was really, we started doing these interviews because, I don't know, I had done some interviewing before, and we knew we had some concepts. We're trying to figure out some ways to make it something more like concrete. We tried doing segments where we're like, okay, every stream we're going to do like a segment of something, some tier list of something or whatever. We were trying to do different things, and then eventually we had a guest on, and we had a good time with it. So we were like, okay. But then as we were inviting guests, all this to say, when we were inviting guests, I had a hard time explaining to people what our thing was. I was like, hey, do you want to come on to our stream to maybe talk? We might be doing some things.
Same thing for me. Like, I didn't.
And that's when, for us, it kind of ran an alarm bell. We're kind of like, we need to there needs to be a concept or something here.
We started talking. It just made sense. Then we started Discord. And the funny part is, he's not, like, technically my YouTube channel is like my channel, but ever since we started working together, like, all the advices are like, should I make a video about that? You kind of were all, since that moment, were I would say implied in most of, because I would be like, oh, I wanted to make that and this and this. So you would be like, I don't know. And it truly, it would have been probably
My
a lot
role
of
is just
different
to
videos.
shut down ideas.
Yeah, but a lot of ideas that I'm looking now, I'm like, yeah, that would have been kind of shit, you know. So it's cool for me because keep in mind, right? English is my second language. I started a channel and I had no one to just be like, you know, or I had people, but that
Yeah.
knows nothing about it, so it's not really helpful. But to have someone
Yeah,
who not only
deathcore
knows these
enjoyer
bands,
and knows English, though. The two
so
things.
exactly, so for me, it's really reassuring because it's like sometimes you have a concept. And it could be just a concept that it's like in my mind, it's pretty, but who knows? Now I think I know more what could work or not. But for the longest time, I would be kind of just, I don't know. And just to have someone sometimes to be like, hey, you know, stop worrying about you saying that in the video. No one's going to care about that. It's going to be fine. It's really, you know, because I don't want to be that guy. I'm not like Mr. Beast or someone who has like that many people, but to post and know that like still thousands of people are going to watch your thing. And you're fully aware that you could potentially say a sentence that don't even make sense. It's just reassuring to be able to have that kind of thing. So we started working together on many things since then, and a lot of stuff that I do, I sent it before, and I'm like, what do you think about that? So we started working on pretty much everything together by then, and the podcast, honestly, just the proof of concept of that alone and all the moments we had since the beginning, it would be foolish to even think for a second that it, you know, that we didn't have something there, right? Like, so it's been I'm gonna say it like that, it's been a blessing. Like, I'm speaking for myself a lot, but like it's been a blessing because like every or mine is blown on a daily basis with that podcast.